Everybody, this
Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to our team chat. I am Kelly has Starbucks. Um, I am so proud of all of us for making it to this point, and it's so funny because people are always. I get this question all the time. People are like, "So you have to like to work out if you want to coach?" I'm like, "Then I would never be a coach." It's not about liking to work out, but if you guys have listened to anything that I've shared with you or seen, or seen any of my posts, you know that that's not true. You know that it is, a struggle for all of us to once you get in a place where you're maintaining, you have to do that. You have to maintain. So it's always a journey. It's never, you get to a place, you get to kind of a pit stop, you get to celebrate for a little bit, and then you have to keep it moving. So to be here 4 weeks for anybody is really a big deal because things get in the way. Some people get bored. Some people have, just life is all over the place. And so making a commitment, we really should, be celebrating all those wins, not just the scale. I say that a lot, but I really mean that. And I say that because I need to hear it all the time. I know it in my mind, but I still have that old thinking where it's like, okay, I'm always checking the scoreboard. Like, did I score a point? Did I score a point? Did I score a point? Meaning, did I lose weight? Did I lose weight? Did I lose weight? And it's just a mentality, I think that is hard for anybody to break, but you have to really focus on the good stuff. So that's non-scale. And there's a lot that happens. I know for me personally, I'm way stronger. I have way more energy. Even in the mornings when I'm getting up and I'm tired and it's cold and it's dark outside and all I want to do is lay in bed for another hour, I have the energy to get out even though I'm kind of dragging. So all that said, I just wanted to have a call every week before I start. We are changing the calls. We're doing bi-weekly Monday calls and bi-weekly Saturday calls, meaning we'll have a call every single week, but it will flip-flop from Mondays to Saturdays because there are some people who simply cannot get on one of the 2 days. And I really want to get the most of us on the calls so that we can get the benefit of these. And the real reason for this is not so you guys can listen to me talk. It's just for us to see each other, to connect with each other, to share our victories and struggles, and best practices. Because as you go along, especially as you continue and stay consistent, you're finding ways to make this, to fit your life around what you're doing and to make it an actual part of your life and not just something you're doing for a period of time. And those are the things that we all need help with. It's not, anybody can start a program, anybody can start a fitness, regime or nutrition plan, but actually figuring out how to do life with it is a whole different thing. And, getting more perspectives than just mine is what I want us to do. I want us to become friends with each other so that we can, lean on each other, and there's emotional support that we need, and there's just, practical things we need. So that's what these calls are for. And it's also really a way for us to remember that even though we're pressing play and we're in our own homes, or maybe we're doing it at the gym or wherever, sometimes at work, that you have other people who are doing it too, who are going through the struggle with you. For me, that's a huge part of my journey. I have to feel like somebody else is going through something with me, or at least understands in some way, what that struggle is. When I was younger, I didn't need that. I would just go to the gym. I didn't need anybody. I could put my headphones on, work out. I didn't need anybody. And that was fine. But that's not the case anymore. And especially when you're doing home workouts, you really do need that connection. So be on the calls as much as possible, but I'll always record them so that you can hear what we talk about. So with that said, our next team call is going to be on Saturday. I believe it's the 18th of February. I put it in the group, but I want to make sure to reiterate that so that you guys know, so that everybody has a chance to be on the calls. So that's a Sunday. Whoops. Saturday the 17th. I got to change that. Saturday the 17th is our next team call. And then we'll keep flip-flopping. So I want us to just go around and share. Every week we're going to do this where we're sharing our best practices, we're sharing our struggles, and we're sharing our successes. And I really want this so that we can, again, connect, but also so that we can get ideas from each other, and maybe just so that you can understand other people are probably going through the exact same thing that you're going through, so that you can push forward and know that it's something you can do and you don't have to feel like you're alone. So I'm going to open it up for whoever. I'm going to unmute everybody, and then whoever wants to go first, have at it. Hold on, let me unmute. Unmute. Everybody should be unmuted. Unmute all. There we go. Okay, so anybody who wants to share first, go ahead. Go ahead, Kelly.
Just because I'm not sure if I'm so.
You're so funny. Go, girl.
So I don't know if you guys saw my post today. So first of all, I went to Vegas last week, but I ate like super well. Like my diet, that was one thing I knew I could control there, since I did my workout before. And then when I came back, I had to do a double workout and everything. Like my days were off. I was confused what day it was, but I knew I could eat well. So when I came back, I actually was back down to from 137 down to 132. And of course, today when we have to post our pictures, I get on the scale and I'm so like pissed off because I'm back up to like 134 or 5 or whatever it was, 134.7. So it was pretty discouraging. But at the same time, I like today when I went to the gym to do my workout, unfortunately I forgot my bands, but I made up for it because I used like 50-pound weights doing my, I'm going to be dead tomorrow, but I said, how am I going to make up from this? So I literally worked to the point where my legs like buckled. I could like not even work. And I took their big bands and hooked them to like the stretching machine and did them. And then I actually did weighted these things. Sorry, I'm at work, guys. So, but these guys with the weights on the machine. So I did like 10 and 20 pounds. So I literally can barely walk right now. So even though I was pissed when I weighed myself, I'm like, screw it. I did heavy weights. Like at least I can make up for it. And now I'm even more determined after my scale wasn't, see, I'm one of those scale determined people. When I see it's not going down, it pisses me off. So then I like go hardcore. So that was my kind of disappointment, yet kind of like, oh, and when I saw my pictures, I almost threw up. And the person that was taking the picture decided to be funny and zoom in and get really bad angles. So as a joke, it was laughing. So that didn't put me in a good mood either. But it made me realize wait till the next month. I'm going to be like this.
That's right.
With like a big booty.
Love it. Awesome. And so when you were in Vegas, like, girl, I don't even know how you did that, how you stayed on track like that. I mean,
I don't eat,
possible, but
I don't eat much. When I have like lights and excitement, I don't eat a lot. Like I eat out of boredom. So if I stay busy, I don't eat that much. Most of my eating is like stress eating, or so if I'm busy and doing stuff, and we only had a couple of days there. So we were like constantly doing stuff. So literally I had like smoked salmon, I had salad, and I had omelets, so I kept it like really, I'm not going to lie. I did have some vodka and soda waters, but there was no sugar in that. So I couldn't say no. So that was the only thing I didn't do.
For a quick vacation. Yes. Good.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't bad. And I came back and I didn't feel bad, and I worked out and I got back in. And that the other thing that irritates me with working out, I've been running too. I've been running between 3 to 6 miles at least 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I should be losing more. But as you all know, my schedule, I'm at work right now and I have to be somewhere in the morning. So I won't get to go to bed till 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Like it's just a mess. I can't wait till this is over. So that's, I think, part of my problem. So I'm trying to get this all in, but I feel better with the working out. So anyway, enough of me. You can mute me and let me hear everybody else's.
Thank you for sharing that. And
sure.
Just like what Kelly just said, the thing that's hard about, like I said, everybody has different schedules, but the thing that's challenging is sleep is a huge part of your body releasing excess weight, excess fat. It's just one of those things that your body requires for you to really be able to let go of, what you're holding on to. So if your sleep is messed up and you're, not able to get on a routine, you have to be patient with yourself because it's going to hinder your results. It's going to slow them down. And, with Kelly's schedule, she's a nurse. She does night shifts. She's getting a new schedule, but in the meantime, she's doing her best. And so you have to remember that your life is not going to look like somebody else's. Somebody else might have all day to work out, and might be able to get a massage once a week, and they might be able to do all the things that would increase the results. You have to just stay in your lane and realize, like, okay, I'm doing the best for what I have, not what's so-and-so doing or what's this other person doing. And for me, I have to always remember that, because I'm not the type of person that compares out of jealousy. It takes a lot for me to feel like envy. I compare, and then I make myself feel badly, like I'm doing something wrong. So that's like kind of my hang up. So I constantly have to remember, like, if somebody else's results are coming faster than mine, or, that doesn't mean I'm doing anything wrong. I'm a completely different person than them. I have a different life and a different body and a different metabolism, and everything's different. So you just have to do the best with your own journey. So, okay, who wants to go next?
Who else is on? Is it just me?
I think it looks like another number, but that might be Kelly's number twice. So I thought Meredith was on, but I think it's you, Amanda. So go ahead.
Okay. So, well, I've been super excited about this more than I've been sadly excited about a lot of stuff lately. But it's really just because I don't know what happened, but I'm totally invested in it. And, for me, this just came at the right time. And so, and I bought the most expensive package only because I felt like if I put the money into it, that I'm not going to walk away from that money, because, it's precious.
Yep.
So, my workouts are sloppy. I mean, if anybody's watching me, I'm like, oh gosh, but but I am definitely stronger. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I can get stronger, but I am really surprised at how much stronger I'm getting. Now, it's all relative, right? Again, my age and being sedentary for a long time. But I mean, I did the booty thing today, and I did the fire hydrants, and I did the first one, the first set with the bare fire hydrants. And I was like, dang, I did it,
It's awesome.
Yeah, but I think the biggest challenge for me right now is like the food, and I'm eating. I mean, I prep food. I don't eat meat, and so I eat a lot of salmon, which I'm getting really tired of. I need to find, I don't know if Beachbody has like a menu place, but I just need to find some recipes, because I was doing Hello Fresh, which I love because it just, took all the guesswork out of it, and I'm not a cook. So, I'm eating Brussels sprouts and green beans, and I'm eating quinoa with brown rice, and I'm eating salmon and eggs. So one day I'll have egg whites, and next day I'll also have 2 eggs. So it's just starting to get a little bit tedious for me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I kind of fill it in with the shakes, obviously. But I'm eating 5 times a day, and I'm trying to make sure that the proportions or the portions are correct. But if anybody has any suggestions on food items, and I don't really prep. I mentioned this before, because I do not like leftovers. Like, if I cook string beans and they sit in the fridge for 2 days, I'm like, no, I'm good. I can't do it.
Okay.
So that's kind of the hurdle I'm at right now, is sort of the food piece. I eat because it's necessary, but I'm not like enjoying it. So, but other than that, I love it. I work out at night. I've been drinking too much coffee. I allowed myself 3 cups of coffee yesterday, only because I needed to fill my tummy up, I guess. And I didn't fall asleep till 3 o'clock this morning. So going back to your conversation about the sleep, I just need to stop drinking 3 cups of coffee a day.
Amanda, I don't know if you've gone on the Fixate website yet, but I mean, not website, channel, but when you pull up Beachbody On Demand to pull up 80-Day Obsession, go to where it says member library, and then keep scrolling until you find it says Fixate Cooking Show.
Oh.
Fixate Cooking Show is, the Fixate cookbook that we have?
Yeah.
It's based off of that, so everything's portioned out for you, container friendly. So, the recipes are all container friendly and portioned out by containers. But Autumn Calabrese's brother is a professional gourmet chef, and so he has a restaurant in New York City, and so then she kind of challenged him to come up with these type of recipes, but gourmet style, because gourmet usually means oil, butter, and more oil and butter. And so he's like, there's no way. But anyway, so they work together, and now they have all these amazing, delicious recipes on this cooking show. And it's like a cooking show. So they'll give you like a 5-minute demo of whatever. So you can flip through and see all the vegan recipes, all the vegetarian recipes, and try some stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. I swore I showed you that, but I guess not. But yeah, you will love it. MB goes on it all the time. He's like, I can't eat sectioned out food anymore. He's like, because we do it too to keep it simple. We're like, okay, chicken, veggies, fruit, you know, whatever it is for the meal. And then you're like, dang, son, like I need something. So that's the point where we're at too now, where we're just kind of bored and want to start making actual recipes and not just food groups. So yeah, we'll check that out. And if you can't find it, just tell me. I'll show it to you. But it's really good. They have tons of stuff on there. They got Shakeology recipes. They have tons of stuff.
Yeah. So. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, I have to be honest with you. Still today, my favorite meal of the day is my vegan vanilla Shakeology, the frozen vanilla. It's like heaven to me. It's so good. I don't have to add anything else. It just gets nice and thick and creamy, and it's just like, dang, it's like my boyfriend.
So good. Your boyfriend, you're so funny. Yes, so I'll definitely show you that. I think Kelly might have had off. What was I going to say? Oh, so I'll just share mine real quick. So today was probably my worst eating day. I skipped my last 2 meals. I went to the doctor's and I didn't plan. So like normally the way we've been prepping is we cook in bulk, and then the day before I kind of pull out what I'm going to have for the next day, like kind of section it out. Like, okay, I know I'm going to have these meals. And that's been working really well, because I don't want to sit there and do 21 meals. Like I'm like you, like I don't mind leftovers as much as you do, but once we're on day 3, 4, I'm like, I don't want that. Like, so I don't want to keep cooking too much stuff. Like vegetables, I don't mind heating those up. But if it's like meat or fish, I'm like, I'm good. So we've been cooking most of the stuff in bulk, and then just, you know, Michael will get his stuff for lunch, and I'll get my stuff, just mentally know like, okay. And a lot of times I'll pull it out and actually section it out. So, but today I did not eat well. I didn't eat off the plan, except for I did have almost a whole Cliff Bar, and those things have a lot of sugar in them. So it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it was like, that's not what I want to be eating. So, because I didn't plan, I had it in my purse. I went to the doctor's. I didn't bring my shake. I didn't plan well. So for me, sometimes right now, my biggest struggle is that I'm starting to fall into that, because of when I get bored and I feel like it's Groundhog Day and I'm like, okay, I'm planning again, I'm doing this again. That's when I start to kind of disengage. And so I've noticed that I'll be like, oh, I already know I have the food in the fridge. Like, I don't want to go through the whole routine. And then that's when I fall off the plan. It's not that I fell off the plan, thank God, because normally this would be when enter chocolate, enter wine. But I didn't do that. It just, I have to plan. I have to force myself to do it, even though I work from home. I'll tell myself, oh, it's fine, it's right in the fridge. Like, I'll just go grab it real quick. That doesn't happen. I have a almost 3-year-old here who needs my attention constantly. Like, I can't just stop and be cooking stuff. So I'm going to challenge myself this week to just go back to what I did week 1 and 2, which was I forced myself to plan, and I forced myself to do it, even though, you know, I could find an excuse not to, because this is where I will cheat myself out of my results in the end if I don't do it, if I just start getting lazy about it. So, Kelly, you got to go. Oh, no, you were going to say something. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me unmute you. Sorry. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, I'm glad you had me muted because my phone just rang like 5 times. Well, see, that's the problem. One of my things, I think I told you, it's hard for me to eat 5 times a day, and unless you're just doing like plain stuff. So I started doing just the first week and everything, which I didn't lose any weight, because I was so like sticking to those containers. I think probably plan A is too little for me. So I was following it, but adding a little bit in, but I love to cook. So I was like doing butternuts, or I did like spaghetti squash the other day. You know, I'm trying to only use oils, only use vinegar, coconut oil, olive oil, or any oil that has like the natural flavor in it. And so what I did is I'm trying to, in which now it's working. I think I told you at work, the girl the other day was like, God, you look like you've lost weight. But so even though I haven't lost like a ton of weight, I think like from my shape is changing a little bit. So that's why I'm not too discouraged. But I realized like I got this coffee today. I'm like, I need something, but it has sugar-free stuff in it and a little bit of cinnamon and like no cream. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm not going to not do it, because the second all I wanted today was a Cinnabon.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I got this and put cinnamon in it and like a little sugar-free vanilla. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to substitute. I can't give it all up, and I know that.
Yep.
So I'm adjusting to my body. Now I'm not going to post on the, you know, that website, you know, because I know it's like they want everything done by the rules, but I know me, and my biggest like accomplishment is just actually having worked out. Like this is the longest I've done. And that's, I think if you just keep the working out, doing the videos and whatever you have to monitor, as long as you do it, you know, and start to figure out what you can do. Because if you get bored with eating, I mean, we all know that, and we like love to eat, all of us do. So you have to just modify it. If you have to add something, I mean, I did buy the Atkins shakes, because I can't drink the Shakeology because I get constipated. They have like a strawberry one that's it's high protein, low carb, and it tastes like strawberries. So, you know, it's something easy for me to drink at work if I'm here, because I don't like to bring food to work.
Right.
It's mental. I feel like flu gets inside of it or something. I don't know. Get like
I don't blame you.
HIV
In
eggs.
the hospital.
Yeah, it's nasty.
So but you know what? Here's one thing that I've done this every day since I started the 80-day obsession. So I get up in the morning and I'll have a shake, and then I'll have my second meal. And my second meal has been carrots, hummus, and then fruit. And it's usually like blueberries or strawberries. And I've never used stevia before, because I always thought it had sort of a bitter aftertaste, but it doesn't. So I let it sort of marinate. So I that's like my second favorite thing besides with the portions. I mean, it's perfectly proportioned, because it's like, it's almost hard to get through it all, because it's really actually a lot of food. So that's really good for me. And then my third meal, which is my sort of the big meal, like today at work, I had salmon. What else did I have? I made Brussels sprouts last night, and I cooked a baked potato at work and had half of a baked sweet potato. So now I have to have my next two meals, right? So that's kind of be. So I'll probably just do like eggs and, you know, it's just like that. Once I get past that third meal, it's like, what do I do kind of thing. I'm just getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys know about the Power Greens, but one of the things she lets you have once a day is Power Greens. And even though they taste like you're eating your backyard, you're having a full serving of vegetables in 2 seconds. So for me, I don't mind drinking something like that down, because I just put it over ice, I put water in it, and I drink it through a straw, and I drink it down, or I take a shot of it. Because I can't, sometimes when I start to feel like that, like, oh my gosh, I'm not hungry, like I have to eat another meal, you know, and not that I'm forcing myself, and never get to the point where I feel like I'm force feeding, but it's just like, you know, you feel satisfied, and you're like, I don't want to eat right now. So when I feel like that, I use the Power Greens, because I'm like, I am not shoveling down Brussels sprouts. It ain't happening. So I'll drink down my Power Greens, and then I feel good, and then I can have whatever else. Because I never really mind. I'm not even a big fruit person, but now that this plan, and I'm doing the actual plan, I don't mind eating the fruit now, because I get like, you know, raspberries and blueberries. There's like nothing in those.
I know, that's how I feel too. I'm not a fruit person, but you know, because I always, the quality of the fruit that you get at the stores is always kind of suspect. So I'll taste them in the store before I buy them.
Yeah.
And then I'll
that's what I do.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to look at that 21 Day Fix blog, or
it's it's Fixate. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Fixate.
Yeah, the Fixate cooking show. That'll be very helpful. Okay.
So I think going into this phase 2, I'm if everybody hasn't done the calculation, just make sure you do that, because you do need to adjust for the higher calorie burn. But it's funny because I ended up in the same bracket for weight loss and for this next, you get more calories in this next phase, but I ended up in the same bracket C. I was at one end of C and now I'm at the other end of C. So I'm still in the same one, which I was happy about because I was like, man, I just got used to like what to eat, you know. But I think just going into this week, like Kelly said, you know, you have to, and I've listened to almost everything Autumn has put out there. And the one thing she says a lot is, she's like, you need to do it the way I'm saying to get the results that I'm producing. But at the same time, I never said you have to be perfect. I said you have to do your very best. And so you really have to be realistic about what your best looks like. You can't compare it to somebody else's best. Somebody else, I mean, I have a coach on our team, she's a crossline coach, and she runs triathlons. She's about to have her third baby. She's, you know, she's a not a fertility nurse, but I think like some sort of nurse. And she just does all this crazy stuff. And it's like, she has a capacity to do that. I do not. So it's like, I can't look at that and be like, I guess I should do more. It's like, we're not cut from the same cloth. I have to do me. I have to do what's going on in my life, with my responsibilities, with what's on my personal plate, and then do my very best with that. And so whatever that looks like for you, as long as you feel good about it, that's what you need to do. It's not about perfection. To me, I want to do it Autumn's way because I want to see what's going to happen. So for the most part, until my Cliff Bar scenarios, I have done that, you know, and I'm doing my best, and it's not going to be perfect. There's days you forget your food. You're all prepared and then you left it at home. I mean, stuff is going to happen. There's nothing you can do about life happening, but you have to just be okay. You have to be okay with it. The one thing I always want to feel at the end of something is like, I know there was nothing else I could have done better. Even if it didn't come out the way I wanted, I need to feel the satisfaction of knowing I definitely gave it all I had. And if I feel that, then I feel like whatever the outcome is, just be okay with it and then keep going. So, so I'm gonna end the call because I didn't even want it to go this long for us, but I want us to continue, you know, being in the group, encouraging each other. You know, I'm really trying to work this year on making the groups more fun, but I think the foundation of being consistent is the most important before anything else. Before, you know, not saying that we don't want to keep it lively, but I'm learning how important consistency is. And even though I know that in my head, walking this out every day and showing up to work out every day is so crucial for your mental belief in yourself. To just be like, okay, here I am again. Like, I'm committed. I showed up. Showing up is half of the battle. And then doing all the stuff is the rest. So to me, like Kelly said, you know, just showing up and doing the workout, like, that's huge. It's a big deal. And whatever you have to do to keep doing that, do it. In the group, you know, show up in the group every day. That's one of the biggest reasons for the group, so that you know, like, okay, I'm going to do this because I have to check in to this group and stay consistent. So as the time goes on, you know, I will be more creative with what we're doing, but I like the pace that we're at right now with just, you know, loving on each other and checking in and giving each other ideas and just keeping it simple. I think simple is good in the beginning. So I'm pumped. I love our group, and I'm just excited that I get to be 100% honest and say I'm not, you know, cheating on this thing other than my Cliff Bar today. And I'm doing the best, very best I can. I haven't been able to say that in a really long time. So anybody else have anything to add before we go?
Girl power.
Yes.
Exactly. And of course, just so we can piss it off, even though we have girl power, of course, as Justin didn't like the keto shit, he went back on the keto, and that mofo, he's down. He's literally down like 12 pounds. Like, looks like like a concentration camp victim. I'm like, damn, can I like lose like 4 pounds?
No. Slow and steady wins
Yeah.
the race, and yours will stay off, and his will come right back on.
I know, but then today he's like, I need to eat something, man. I said, well, I'm not cheating. Because he was so determined to go to like the Nibbler and get like what do you call that stuff? Whatever, whole azteca or whatever, that meat and vegetables.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not going. I said, I'm gonna go eat my salad with tuna, sesame oil, cilantro. So he actually went back and ate it. So he's probably eating donuts at work there right now.
He would be lost without giving you a hard time, Kelly.
I know. It's without a doubt. All right, guys. Well, I gotta go. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
There's a bed
Bye,
bandit.
Kelly.
Bye.
Gabriel escaped the bedroom.
Talk to you later.
Lord help me. All right,
Sounds
bye.
good.
Love you guys. Talk
Bye,
to you
guys.
in the group.
Hey, Demetria, call me offline, please.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.